Ever wondered how France went from a glamorous kingdom ruled by kings and queens to a republic executing them in public? Let's dive into the dramatic, chaotic, and world-changing story of the French Revolution. Picture this. It's the late 1700s. France is the fashion and culture capital of Europe, led by King Louis XVI and his famous queen, Marie Antoinette. But beneath the glittering surface of Versailles, trouble was brewing. The country was broke, thanks to expensive wars and the extravagant spending of the monarchy. To make matters worse, a series of bad harvests meant the price of bread, the staple food for most people, skyrocketed. French society was split into three groups, or estates. The first estate was the clergy, the second was the nobility, and the third estate? Well, that was everyone else, about 97% of the population. Guess who paid almost all the taxes? Yep, the third estate. They were fed up with footing the bill while the rich and powerful lived in luxury. In 1789, King Louis, desperate for cash, called a meeting of the Estates General. It was the first time in over 150 years. But the third estate quickly realized their voices weren't being heard, so they did something radical. They declared themselves the National Assembly, the true representatives of the French people, and took the famous tennis court oath, vowing to write a new constitution. Things escalated quickly. On July 14th, a Parisian mob, fearing the king would crush the new assembly, stormed the Bastille, a medieval fortress used as a prison. This symbolic act ignited the revolution across France. The National Assembly went on to abolish the old feudal system and issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a groundbreaking document declaring that all men are born free and equal in rights. But the king and queen weren't exactly thrilled with these changes. They tried to flee the country in 1791, but were caught and brought back to Paris. This escape attempt shattered any remaining trust the people had in them. As other European monarchies threatened to invade France to restore the king's power, the revolution took a darker, more radical turn. Enter the guillotine. A new, more humane method of execution became the terrifying symbol of the revolution. The monarchy was officially abolished, and France was declared a republic. In January 1793, King Louis XVI was put on trial for treason and executed by guillotine. 9 months later, Marie Antoinette met the same fate. This kicked off the most intense phase of the revolution, the Reign of Terror, led by Maximilien Robespierre and the Committee of Public Safety. The government sought to purge France of any enemies of the revolution. Thousands were arrested, and many were sent to the guillotine for simply being suspected of disloyalty. It was a period of extreme paranoia and bloodshed. Eventually, the revolutionaries turned on themselves. Robespierre, the man who had overseen the terror, was himself executed in 1794, bringing the bloodiest chapter to a close. After the chaos, France was unstable. This power vacuum allowed a brilliant and ambitious young general to rise through the ranks. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. He would eventually seize power, end the revolution, and crown himself emperor, leading France into a whole new era. The French Revolution was a whirlwind of ideas, passion, and violence. It toppled a centuries-old monarchy, championed the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, and reshaped not just France, but the entire world. Its legacy is still debated today, a powerful reminder of how quickly society can change. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you in the next video.